So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out 'cause you.
Now the first move, it starts with the left hand. So the guys or the leaders, you're going to be offering your left hand to your partner. It's a flat hand. Back of the hand faces your partner, palm faces yourself. Get the thumb out of the way. Followers, you're just going to place your right hand over the top and you're going to bend the fingers. Not too tight, not too loose, just like a little hook over the top. Start with a handstand at waist level. We're going to start nice and close and square on. Now from here, to lead Luci into a step back, I'm going to push with the back of my hand into the heel of a palm, and as I push into her arm, we both take a step back. Now I'm going to lead Luci into my side, and I'm going to draw her forward by taking my left hand up to my left shoulder, and I'm just going to have my right hand out to the side to collect her on her hip.
Now, one thing we need to make sure when we're following is we don't anticipate and turn early. And what I mean by that is as we step in, we don't turn so that we're already there. We have to wait until we're in side to side and we wait for our partner then to turn us out.
So once we're side to side with our right hand on your partner's hip, left hand up to your shoulder, you're now going to turn your follower out to the side. So I'm going to pull round with my right hand, I'm going to push down with my left behind Luci's back so I can pivot her out to the side so she takes her right foot behind the left. Now as a leader, I have a bit of a choice. I can either go forward with my left foot, I can go to the side, but in this case I'm actually going to take a step back with my left foot too. Now to bring Luci forward, I'm just going to bring my left hand back up to my left shoulder to bring her back to pretty much her previous position. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my left hand, guide her through with the right to turn her underneath. When we face each other, we're just going to lower the hand and take a step back. I'm going to finish the move off by a return or a counter turn so that she doesn't get dizzy. I'm going to raise my left hand, returning it anti-clockwise, and then we just lower the hand and take a step back.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for.
So the Octopus is a double-handed move. So guys or leaders, you're going to offer your left hand to your partner to start the lead off, and we're going to start in nice and close with the handstand at waist level with your follower just draping their fingers over the top. So from here, I'm going to lead Luci into a step back by pushing with the back of my hand into the heel of a palm, and as we step back, you're going to offer your spare hand to your partner. Try not to go so far back that you stretch your arms out. You still want to have the arms nice and relaxed and slightly bent. It also doesn't matter what foot you step back on. Now from here we're going to change places a couple of times, so we're going to do this by lowering our right hand and raising our left, and then we're going to take our left in front of our right to turn our partners. Now before we do this, don't hold too tight, so don't have too much of a grip there, because if you hold on too tight, what you're going to do is you're going to twist your wrists around each other, which is pretty uncomfortable. So you just want to keep the fingers nice and loose. So we lower the right hand, we raise the left, we take the left in front of the face. We both step in as you turn your partner in front of you, so Luci's directly in front of me, left hand over her head, right hand's on her hip. Now as I let go of her right hand, or I let go of my right hand, I slide my hand across her back, we both continue to change sides, and we re-offer catching double hand hold. Again, we're not overstretching, we're still keeping a little bit of a slight bend in the arms. Now this time I'm going to step in front of Luci, so as we change places I go in front this time, so I lower the left and I raise my right this time. Keep the fingers nice and loose. Remember, as you take the hand in front of the face, you step in front of your partner, so I'm directly in front of Luci, right hand over the head. As I let go of my left hand that's down by my waist, Luci slides her hand across my back as we continue to change places, and we end up double hand hold once again. From here we're just going to finish how we started. So I'm going to lower my right, I'm going to raise my left, I'm going to take my left over the right as we both step in, and as I let go of my right hand we just continue to change places, but we step back single hand hold at the end.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out 'cause you kept cutting.
The Armjive It's a double-handed move but a left-handed lead, so leaders, you're offering your left hand to your followers, the back of the hand faces your partner, palm faces yourself. Just get the thumb out of the way. Followers, just drape the fingers over the top of your leaders. So we're going to start off nice and close, square on with the hands down at waist level. Now from here, with the back of your left hand, you're just going to push into the heel of your partner's palm as we both take a step back. And as we step back, the guys or the leaders are going to offer their spare hand. Now at this stage, in beginner level, it doesn't actually matter what foot you take a step back on. Now from here, we're going to take a step in. Draw your partner towards you as you pull back with your left elbow. Now try not to let your hands go past your hip or your partner's hip. Just keep the hands to the hips. From here, staying on the spot, you're just going to twist your upper body and pull back with your right elbow. From here, we're just going to finish the move off by bringing the left hand up to the left shoulder, still keeping it fingers over fingers. We're not doing a ballroom hold or a flat hand at this point. All we're going to do to finish the move off is we're going to push and raise our left hand. You can use the right hand to help you with a little flick there as you turn your partner clockwise underneath that left hand. When you face each other, you just lower the hand and take a step back. To finish the move, we're just going to step in. We're going to raise that right hand to return our partners anti-clockwise. And when you face each other, you just lower the hand and take a step back.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for.
The Wurlitzer. It's a double-handed move but a left-handed lead, so leaders, you're offering your left hand to your partner, back of the hand faces your partner, palm yourself, followers take the hands over the top, bending the fingers. Starting the move with the hands at waist level, square on and nice and close. Now to begin the move, we're going to push with the back of our left hand into the heel of our partner's palm and we both take a step back. Now at this stage of beginner level, it doesn't matter what foot you step back on. Ideally, right foot would probably be better than the left, but it doesn't actually matter at this stage. And we're just going to offer our spare hand as we do so. From here, you're going to draw your partner towards you as you step in as well. That's the leaders, and you're going to flatten your left hand to about shoulder height. We don't want it right up here. You're just going to go from shoulder height, and you're going to keep hold of your right hand down at waist level. Now pushing down and through with your left hand, you're going to turn your partner just a quarter turn out to the side.
Now followers, it's up to you not to overturn, and what I mean by that is as you get turned out to the side to come all the way round to here. The first reason is that you kind of have to do a turn and 3/4 to get back, but the main reason is if you've turned all of that way, it's going to hurt if your partner pulls back on your shoulder. So as you get turned out to the side, you just need to make sure that you turn a quarter of a turn. The next important thing is you don't go into the spin yourself. Quite often we see the ladies or the followers putting themselves in the spin, so it needs to be your partner that spins you.
So, as Lucy's just said, it is the leaders spinning the followers, not the followers spinning themselves, which brings me off to the flick spin. It's a short, sharp flick, a bit like you're throwing a frisbee. It's not an almighty up the top, and it's not just a little loose flick there. So it's a short, sharp flick of that right hand. You step into your partner, you flick down with the right hand, your partner does a spin. When she's done a flick spin, you face each other, and then you step back catching with whichever hand you like. So I'm going with the left hand in this case.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went
So the
out as
hatchback
you
is a
got
right-handed move. So guys or leaders, you're offering your right hand to your followers right. It's just like you're shaking hands to each other. Hands down at waist level, fingers over fingers, square on and nice and close. From there, we're going to push with the back of our right hand into the heel of your partner's palm, and as you push into that hand, we're both going to take a small step back. Now at this level, at this stage, it doesn't matter what foot you step back on at this point. From here, I'm going to draw Lucy forward, and as I do so, I'm going to take my right hand across my chest to my left shoulder, so Lucy's hand is flat over the top of it. So as I step in and draw her in, we're going to come in side to side, and if I step forward here to shuffle round, we're in a position here. So Lucy's hand is flat and her arms across my chest. Now from there I'm going to extend my right arm out, and I'm going to throw my right arm, in fact, so I send Luci into a spin behind my back. Now I'm going to turn to face. I could follow this arm through, but obviously I don't want to smack her in the side of the head, so if I follow that arm through I need to tuck the arm in. Personally, I quite like going the opposite way round, and then you can just turn and face, and you can catch with either hand you like.
Now if we just take it back a little bit to this point, I just want to show the followers a point on the spin. Now if when you're in side to side you take a step forward, what will happen as you come out of the spin, you're going to be too far away from your partner. So what we need to do is, as we go into the spin, is to take a small step behind your partner's back. Now you can go through on the left or the right, it doesn't matter. So as your partner throws that hand down, you start with a little step behind and then carry on, and when you finish, you're back facing your partner.
So from here the only thing left to do to finish the move off is to step in with that anti-clockwise return, and when you face each other you just lower the hand and step back.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out 'cause you kept cutting me.
So the yo-yo is a right-handed move. So guys, you're offering your right hand to your partner, back of the hand faces your partner, palm yourself, and your follower's just taking the hand over the top. So it's a little bit like you're shaking hands to each other. Starting the move in nice and close, hands down at waist level and square on. Now using the back of your right hand, you're going to push into the heel of your partner's palm, and you're just going to take a little step back. And you can take a step back at this level on any foot, left or the right, it's up to you. Now from here I'm going to take a step in, and as I step in I'm going to draw Luci forward, and I'm going to take my right hand across my chest to my left shoulder. Now for this move I'm going to slightly hold on to her fingers, so I need to draw Luci in so we're side to side. So we're just coming in side to side there.
Now, as a follower, when your partner brings you in side to side, all you're doing is you're taking a step forward. What can happen is the partner comes in and the follower starts to turn too early. So you just have to hang back a little bit as you're brought in, and you don't turn out until your partner leads you into it.
So from here, as we're side to side, you're going to extend your right arm out to the right, turning your follower out to the side. And you just want to take, followers that is, you just want to take your right foot behind the left. You can pop your spare hand up on the guy's shoulder there, just gives you something to do with it, but it also steadies yourself as well. Now from here, as a leader, I'm going to pivot on the spot on my right foot. I'm going to turn to face Luci, and as I do so, I'm going to take my right hand over to my right, and I'm going to block her from going into a turn. So she's now got some natural tension pushing against my forearm. I'm going to use that tension to my advantage as she's pushing against my hand there, as I push and raise to turn her all the way round in a clockwise direction. When we face each other, we just lower the hand and take a step back. Now to finish the move, I'm just going to do an anti-clockwise return, so I'm going to step in, returning her the opposite way to the left, anti-clockwise, and then we just lower the hand and take a step back.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for.
So the Manspin is a left-handed lead for the leaders, so you're going to be offering your left hand, thumb out the way, palm facing yourself, back of the hand facing your partner, followers just drape the right hand over the top. So we start off nice and close, hands down at waist level. From here, using the back of your left hand, you're going to push into the heel of your partner's palm as we both take a step back. Now again, we're going to be changing places for this move, so I'm going to draw Luci forward, and as I draw her forward, I'm just going to take my right hand over the top. So you need to have your right arm raised just enough to go over the top. If not, you'll end up trapping it underneath. So although you're raising your right arm, don't raise it up too high though, because obviously you don't want to hit your partner in the face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw Luci forward, my right hand is raised, I'm just taking it over the top, and I'm going to place Luci's hand onto my right hip.
Now, while we're doing this move for the followers, it's nice to do something from the spare hand. We're not actually using the left hand in this move, so what we don't want to do is just have it trapped down the side. There's various things you can do. You don't have to take it out to the side. You can just bend it at hip level. You could tuck it around the front. You could tuck it around the back, but try not to have it just down by the side.
So from here, once you've latched your partner's hand onto your right hip, you're just going to continue to change sides. As you do so, just offer the left hand out to the side there, and Lucy's hand is just going to slide down my forearm and into my left hand. From there, we're going to finish the move with an anti-clockwise return as we step in, returning our partners, and then taking a step back.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for. The lights went out 'cause you kept
So the
carrying
basket
the
starts off
cord.
with the guys offering their left hand, or leader's left hand, to the follower's right. And all Lucy's going to do is place the right hand over the top, bending the fingers down so we're just fingers over fingers. Keep nice and close, hands down at waist level, and we're square on. Now to start the move, I'm going to push with the back of my hand into the heel of Lucy's palm, and as I push into her hand, we both take a step back, and as we step back, we offer that spare hand. Now don't worry what foot you step back on. You can go back on the right or the left. At this stage, it doesn't matter. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw Lucy into my side, so I'm going to lower my right hand and I'm going to raise my left, and I'm going to take my left over my right as I step in. Now as you step in, you need to keep the fingers nice and loose, because if you've got a bit of a grip, you're just going to end up twisting your wrists around each other. So keep the fingers nice and loose as you take that left hand in front of the face, both stepping in, wrapping your partner into your side. So keeping that left hand high from the leaders at this point. Now, as we take a step back, I'm going to go back on my right and I'm going to lead Lucy back onto her right as well. I can then lower my left hand down to waist level. Try and stay nice and upright. Try not to stick the bottom out the back. So you want to try and stay nice and upright as you go back. From here, you're going to keep your left hand low at waist level as you lead your partner onto their natural step. In this case, it's the right foot. I'm just going to turn Lucy out of the move, so I'm just going to raise my left hand. I'm going to pull back with the right to unwrap Lucy, and then when we face each other, we just lower the hand and take a step back. We're just going to finish off the move by letting go of the right hand, stepping in to return our partners anti-clockwise, stepping back, staying left to right.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for.
The catapult. It's a right to right handed move. So guys or leaders, you're offering your right hand to your partner, back of the hand facing your partner. Just step in nice and close. It's just like we're shaking hands to each other, square on and hands down at waist level. To begin the move, we just push with the back of our right hand into the heel of your partner's palm as we both take a step back. Now at this level, beginner level, it doesn't matter what foot you take a step back. Quite often it's a good habit to go back on the right, but at this stage it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Now from here, I'm going to draw Lucy forward and into a turn. And I'm going to do this by stepping forward, pulling down with my right hand and raising it into a nice big circular motion. So it's a little bit like overarm bowling or front crawl swimming. And as I step in and do that action, I'm just going to turn Lucy anti-clockwise underneath my right hand. From there, I'm going to take a second step forward, offering my spare hand behind the back, so I'm just leaning away. Now, like the catapult suggests, where you pull back with the catapult and it springs forward, it's a little bit like that. So you get some tension away as you lean back, and you lean forward, your partner leans back, and then from there, I'm just going to lead Lucy to my left hand side. So my left hand's out in front of her, my right hand's on the hip. So now we're in this position, I just need to send Lucy into that catapult spin. So I'm going to lean forward slightly as I draw a big circle in front of myself, and then at the end I'm going to throw her hand away so she can continue round in the spin. I might have to take a little step back on my right foot at the same time to create some space, but so from here I'm just going to bring that hand round and send her into that spin. So when we put that part of the move to practice, first off, I have to let go of my right hand, otherwise she's not going anywhere. So from here I lean into it, I draw a big circle, leading Luci in front of me. I've taken a small step back on my right foot to create some space. I'm going to throw the left hand out to the side. Luci continues into the spin, and you step back catching with either hand. It doesn't make any difference at this point. Step in as you raise that left hand or right hand to return your partner anti-clockwise, stepping back at the very end.
Right, a little tip here for the followers. We need to follow and not lead. From experience, this is the one move, the catapult, that the followers for some reason feel the need to take over and just do the move. And what I mean is, what happens quite often is as the partner stepped away, as soon as he pulls the hand down, the followers they're in, they're there, they've put themselves into the spin and back. And I don't know why it is with this move, but it does happen. So you do just have to hold back and wait to be led into each section of the move.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry for.
The shoulder slide, it's another left-handed move, so guys or leaders, you're offering your left hand to your follower. Back of the hand faces your partner, palm faces yourself. Get the thumb out of the way as your partner places their hand over the top. Start off nice and close as we then push with the back of our hand into the heel of your partner's palm, and we both take a step back. From here, as you draw your partner forward, I'm going to place Luci's hand onto my right shoulder. And as I step in, so we meet in the middle, I'm just going to place Luci's hand on my shoulder there. Now, it is hand to the shoulder. It's not shoulder to the hand, otherwise you end up looking a little bit hunched over. From there, I let go of my left hand, so I'm not holding on to Luci at all. Her hand's still on my shoulder, and as I take a step to the side, her hand just slides across my shoulders, down my left arm, down my left forearm, into my left hand.
Now, a little tip here for the leaders, but it will greatly help the followers out, is as we're sliding the hand across the back, just take the hand out to the side, leave it there, and let the follower find the hand. What tends to happen sometimes is as you come across, the leader sort of tries to find the hand, and then it's harder for us to get hold of. So just leave the hand out, and it's easy for the followers to take.
So we've taken our hand across the shoulders, down the arm, and into the left hand. So all we need to do from here is step in for a return. Once we've returned our partners, we just lower the hand and take a step back at the end.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm sorry.
The half windmill is a right-handed move, so we're offering our right hand as the leaders to our followers right in nice and close, hands down at waist level, nice and close and square on. Now with the back of our right hand, we're going to push into the heel of our partner's palm as we both take a step back. Now from here, I'm going to take a step forward, and as I step forward, I'm going to draw Luci towards me. And as you draw your follower towards you, you're going to do a nice big circular motion with that right hand. And as you step in and you raise that right hand over the top of your follower's head, we're now going to stay on the spot. And as we stay on the spot, you're going to drop that right hand down. So that's the leaders. Now behind your back, you're going to place your follower's hand from your right hand to your left hand. And when we actually do this to a count and speed it up, it will be a quick hand change. So from here, you place your follower's hand into your left. You then sweep the left hand up, keeping close to your partner. And as we turn our partners to face us, we just lower the hand and step back.
So now you're here again, knocking at my door. A little too late for, I'm
The
sorry
cone.
for.
Although it's a short move, it's used a lot within other dance moves. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off right to right. So guys offering their right hand to the followers right in nice and close, hands down at waist level and square on. We're going to push with the back of our hand into the heel of our followers right as we both take a step back. And at this stage you can step back on either foot. Now from here, I'm going to take a step in. I'm going to raise my right hand to return Luci anti-clockwise. And when she faces me, I just drop the hand in front of the face and take the hand over my head, just like I'm combing my hair. Now it is hand over the head. It's not head under the hand, because quite often if you did that, you'd end up bobbing the knees as well. Now once that hand goes over their head, let go of your follower's hand so that as that hand's done its job. You don't want to be waving your elbow in the air at all. When we're here, we just need to step back as you extend your left arm out so Lucy's hand can slide down my arm so we can catch left to right.